Hello everyone. This is part 3 of the series that I have been doing about how to protect your children from sexual abuse. Once again, I'm using information from stopitnow.org, and today I'm going to cover some of the signs that may lead to a child being put at risk. And the first part is about adults. It says someone you care about may be acting in ways that worry or confuse you. The behaviors below may indicate a possible risk of sexual abuse to a child, but may also be a way for this adult to ask for help. Many people with sexual behavior problems believe that others already suspect and often wish someone would ask what's going on or advise them where to call to get help. Remember, you can start a conversation by pointing out harmful impacts on a child without accusing someone of abusive intentions. If you have concerns about a person, you can make notes and keep check on some of these behaviors so that you can put things into perspective. In relationships, misses or ignores social clues about others, personal or sexual limits and boundaries. Often has a special child friend, maybe a different one from year to year. Spends most of their spare time with children and shows little interest in spending time with someone their own age. Encourages silence and secrets in children. Sexual interactions. Links sexuality and aggression in language or behavior. Example, sexualized threats or insults like WHORE or SLUT. Makes fun of children's body parts. Describes children with sexual words like stud or sexy, or talks again and again about the sexual activities of children and teens. Masturbates so often that it gets in the way of important day-to-day activities. Has an interest in sexual fantasies involving children and seems unclear about what's appropriate with children. Looks at child sexual abuse material, CSAM, known in the past as Child P, or downloads, views Internet P, and is not willing to show whether children are involved. Asks adult partners to dress or act like a child or teen during sexual activity. Personal safety responsibility. Has been known to make poor decisions while misusing drugs or alcohol. Justifies behavior, defends poor choices or harmful acts, blames others to refuse responsibility for behaviors, minimize hurtful or harmful behaviors when confronted, denies harmfulness of actions or words despite a clear negative impact. Now, this next section is signs that a child or a teen may be at risk to harm another child. More than a third of all sexual abuse of children is committed by someone under the age of 18. Children, particularly younger children, may take part in inappropriate interactions without understanding how it might be hurtful to others. For this reason, it may be more helpful to talk about the child's sexually harmful behavior rather than sexually abusive behavior. Do you know a child or adolescent who is confused about social rules and interactions? May experience typical gestures of friendliness or affection as sexual, explores their own natural sexual curiosity with younger children or those of differing size, status, ability, or power, seeks out the company of younger children and spends an unusual amount of time with them rather than with their peers, takes younger children to secret places or hideaways or plays special games with them. Example, playing doctor, undressing, or touching games. insists on physical contact with the child when the child resists the attention. Or is the child anxious, depressed, or seeming to need help? Tells you that they do not want to be alone with the child or group of children, or becomes anxious about being with a particular young person. Was physically, sexually, or emotionally abused and has not been offered adequate resources and support for recovery. Seems to be crying for help. Behaves as if they want to be caught. Leaves clues or acts in ways that seem likely to provoke a discussion about sexual issues. Impulsively sexual or aggressive. Links sexuality and aggression in language or behavior. Makes sexual threats or insults. Unable to control inappropriate sexual behaviors involving another child after being told to stop. Engages in sexually harassing behavior. Shares alcohol, drugs, or sexual material with younger children or teens. Views sexual images of children on the internet or elsewhere. Forces sexual interaction, including direct contact and non-contact, like exposing genitals, on another adolescent or child. Okay, now this next section is keep a journal of warning signs. And this can actually be printed on the website that I have been mentioning, stopitnow.org, or you can just write down on a piece of paper. If you are concerned about the safety of a child, we encourage you to trust your gut feelings. Sometimes vague feelings of discomfort or the sense that something just isn't right can be an indication that something less visible is occurring in the background. Please take time to explore the situation further. Use this form to keep track of the behaviors that concern you. You can use this information and then talk with others about what you've witnessed. Talk with others about what you have witnessed. That means don't stay silent. On a piece of paper, write date of observed behaviors, the child's name and age if it is known, name of adult, teen, or child at risk to abuse or suspected if known, the time of day. Describe any activity and people involved. Was it at nap time with siblings, games at a family picnic, or other? Describe behaviors as specifically as you can, which is anything that you saw and heard. Note when you first noticed the behavior, how often you have seen it, and why you are concerned about it. Note anything you said or did and what happened. Now, something that is not on this list is I would also make a section on people that you have told and any places that you have turned the information over to, like specific, a police officer with the badge number, a national hotline, anything like that. If it is occurring at like a daycare or something, then make sure that you have the name and number of the director or administrator, the workers, anybody that you talk to, because later on it might be needed for court to bring them in as a witness. Anyway, I hope some of this information helps, and this is only part 3. I think I have like 2 more videos to do before I do the video on the resources and hotlines. So, have a good day, everybody.